So here we are at Chelsea for what is no doubt the biggest game of City's season so far. That's the end where the City fans will be going in very soon. The big talking point, of course, ahead of this game, from a City perspective anyway, is the injury absence of three players. The headline being Sergio Aguero because of the accident he had in Amsterdam, but also Benjamin Mendy and Vincent Kompany. Now, for what it's worth, my own view is that Sergio Aguero being in Amsterdam isn't an issue. I saw what Pep Guardiola had to say about the fact that he was on his own time, he was on a private jet, the incident happened at 11 o'clock at night, which should have been local time, I'm guessing, in Holland. He would have been back home in bed by 12, and training wasn't until 11 the next day. I don't have a problem with it. What I have a problem with is, of course, that it could have been even worse, and I hope he makes a speedy recovery and he's okay. Mendy, we know, is going to be out for a while yet, probably until, as Pep said it, the semi-finals of the Champions League, and Kompany going away with Belgium. So those are my opinions, and those are the headlines. But what do the City fans think? Let's find out.
Those things, isn't it? Could happen anywhere. Taxi drivers, you see. Can't trust them, can you? Good to drive down the middle of the road. He has his day off. Do what you like on his day off, can't he? As long as it's legal.
It's a big loss though, isn't it?
It's a big loss, obviously, yeah, but it's an accident. It's one of those things.
But we're going to miss him, obviously, because of the type of player he is, but same things that happen, innit? You can't legislate for going out on a night out and getting a taxi and ending up in a crash. It could happen to anyone.
I don't think he'll be missed as much as everybody's anticipating. I think if Sterling's up front with Sanya and Jesus, we should do okay.
I was a bit disappointed he was over in Amsterdam, really. You know, a couple of days before the game, but you know, it's only, I suppose he'd say, well, it's only an hour away, isn't it, basically? So it's just one of those things. It could have happened anywhere, couldn't it, really? It's just unfortunate.
How big a loss is it?
Big loss, I would say. Yeah, very big loss.
I think actually Mendy's potentially a bigger miss, because I think the way he started, you know, the width and certainly the crosses and stuff he's put in, it's clearly been a big assist with the start to the season. I'm not convinced that maybe Sergio would have played today, to be honest. The way the team's been picked recently, it's not unusual for Pep to drop him for something like this, or well, rest him, shall we say. So let's hope it's only, I mean, they're talking 2 to 3 weeks. He might only miss today and possibly one more, so could have been a lot worse. But yeah, I'd rather have him, obviously.
This is actually the shed wall. If you remember the old shed end at this ground, this was the wall, and along here are some of the heroes of Chelsea, including a certain Frank Lampard. Does this make a break today? Is this a decisive game?
Far too early in the season to be any sort of make a break. I think a point will be good. I'm confident for a win. But do you know what? Even if we lost it, it's no. We've played well all season, and we'll come back from any sort of result for today, no matter what.
What does your gut say?
2-1, I think, today. I still think that we're good enough to beat these, and I think my prediction is 2-1. I think Sane is on fire at the moment regarding goal scoring, and I expect Kevin De Bruyne is about time he scored one in the league as well. So I'll be happy with 2-1, Sane and De Bruyne.
Nervous, really nervous, especially with the news from Aguero, which is absolutely ridiculous how he was even allowed to go overseas before this most important game we've got. I'm gobsmacked. I've got no words for it. It's unbelievable. So the nerves are just, what? Why was that even allowed to happen? What do you think, Frank?
Bit nervous as well, but a bit excited as well sometimes, because you never know what could happen, really. Anything.
Is this your dad?
Yeah.
If he'd ever said to you, you can't go to a concert 2 days before a big game, would you have listened to him?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
So you agree then, that he shouldn't have been over there?
No, he shouldn't have been over there. He should have been over here training.
They're nervous from the last European game they had. They bounced off that. They're going to come here today. We're going to rock up, and they're going to be frightened to death of us. 100%, 2-1, in the bag, 100%, without a shadow of a doubt. It's got to be on it. It's got to be.
Right, here's a wizened old City fan. That's a horrible thing to say, isn't it? But it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, weathered.
Yeah.
Weathered.
So what do you think today? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
Well, both really. My only worry, I mean, I love the team selection because it's so positive. And the last time Sane, Sterling and Gabriel Jesus played together, they were sensational really at West Ham. But I just worry the same thing against Kiev, that Fernandinho's not got enough help there in front of the back four, and maybe Gundogan or Yaya should have maybe come in there. I don't know. Who am I to doubt, Pep?
17, welcome back, Kevin De Bruyne. 18, Fabian Lewis. 19, Leroy Sané, the captain.
Thought City were the better side. Not created quite as much, but certainly a defensive substitution for Chelsea. The obvious one would have been Batshuayi to come on for Morata. I think Williams come on because they're being overrun in midfield.
City going to win this?
If the referee's honest. If there's no controversy, we win.
Performances I've ever seen that. Really? Yeah. That includes the 6th one.
Magnificent, Ian. Magnificent. That's as good as it gets. We beat the champions in their own backyard. I just hope it's reported like that in the Daily Mirror and the Daily Mail and the Match of the Day. Report it as it was. Report it as it was. And show more than 2 minutes highlights with all their... How many shots did they have? Ederson had nothing to do all game. Magnificent. No Company, no Mendy, no Aguero. And we beat the champions at their own place. Champions.
That was fantastic. I'm not sure it gets much better than that, to be honest with you, Ian. That's a better performance than the 6-0 victory at Watford for me. If you consider the quality of the opposition, we dominated that game. How it's only 1-0, I'm not sure. Everybody was absolutely fantastic. And Manchester Evening News don't give anybody a 6 or a 7 or an 8. They're all 9s or 10s today, definitely. Come on, City!
Pardon? Awesome. Best performance. Brilliant. Battered him.
Since when? Best performance
Under him. Under Pep. Best performance under Pep.
Thought the all-round performance, everything was just bossed it from start to finish. I think the change in the first half for Chelsea made a bit of a difference. Because at the moment he's probably one of their better players or their best player. But the rest of it, the whole team performance, considering coming in without Aguero, you'd be a bit shaky. I thought today's performance was just absolutely awesome.
Did you pick out a man of the match from that?
I've got to admit, first half definitely Delph without a shadow of a doubt, and second half put a great performance. But Kevin De Bruyne, not just for the goal, but the maestro midfield, he just did everything absolutely spot on today. Every ball he seemed to hit a blue shirt, his work ethic and everything. But you can't take it away from Gabriel Jesus as well, because at one point he was the furthest man back defending. He worked from start to finish, and you just can't. It's hard to pick because he's just been absolutely awesome, and it's great to come here because I think the last time I come here, Kevin Keegan was sat doing that with the zip whilst we were getting beat 6-0. So for me, great day.
What do you think? Absolutely fantastic. We bossed the game from start to finish. We must have had about, I looked at my stats on my phone, it was like 68%, possession. We played them off the park. They didn't stand a chance today, really. I was just expecting at the end there just a sucker punch for them, but we played them off the park. They weren't even in the same league. I think they missed Mata, and I think they missed the guy who went to Old Trafford, Matic. They had nothing in midfield. Totally bossed that game today.
That's some statement that's gone out today, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so, yeah. Because this is going to be one of the toughest away grounds we're going to go to. There's only realistically it's obviously Arsenal and United. They're your three hardest games to go to. But you think about the teams we've played so far. We played Brighton, their first game in the Premier League. They're going to go hell for leather and give it their all. We beat them. And the teams that we've beat so far are the teams that are doing it. There's only really been Everton that's caused us any sort of real upset, but on the same score. I think Everton deserved the point at the end of the 90 minutes. But, I think 2 weeks off now, and see how we go on from here now, see how we push for the rest of the season.
Hopefully you've seen the champions and the future champions.
Onwards and upwards,
Indeed. Onwards and upwards.
Enjoy your trip home.
Cheers, Ian. Take care, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Right, I suppose I've got to sum it up for myself now. I've let everybody else speak. I've got to say it's one of those games where no matter what I say, no matter who I say was the man of the match, and I might go for Kevin De Bruyne, but there's so many of them. What impressed me the most was the work rate. And we're not talked always about work rate, but we talk about work rate, we talk about the way the players play for each other. I thought there were star performances all over the place. The fitness levels just seemed immense to me. That was as good a performance as I've seen for a long time. All the right decisions, every player played well. Wow, that's all I can say. Wow, onwards and upwards.
Those lozenges are amazing. All right.